easy go.
Hey, what's going on everybody? Assassin 47 here with your top-notch PC build videos, and today it's gonna be the $500 esports gaming PC build. So yes guys, from today I'm starting a new series of playlist called the PC builds for the US, and in this specific series of playlist I'll be featuring you all the PC builds that I will do for my lovely subscribers who live in the US. And this specific video was requested by one of such subscriber who live in the US, and he wanted to build a budget $500 gaming PC so that he can enjoy all of the latest esports titles like Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Dota 2, League of Legends, Team Fortress 2, etc, etc. So he wanted to play all of that esports titles on his PC and wanted the best performance that he could get for $500. So this specific video is dedicated to him. And also guys, if you too want to build a PC, a custom budget PC of your choice, you can comment down below in this video and I'll be happy to provide you with the components for that specific build. So guys, without wasting any more of our time, let's get straight into the components. But before that, let me tell you, I won't be giving you any of the benchmarks related to this computer because I don't have the components for this build on my hand, so that I cannot run any of the benchmarks or the gameplays related to this computer. But guys, don't worry, I've got you covered. Don't worry, I will leave a video link right down in the description so that you guys can check on how much performance you can get on this specific computer. So please make sure to check out the video link that I will be providing in the description to know more about this computer. So guys, without further ado, let's get straight into the components for the $500 esports gaming PC build. So guys, for the processor here, I've got the Intel Pentium G4560 7th generation Kaby Lake processor. So you guys must have seen my last video, which was the 40,000 rupees entry level gaming PC build. In that build, I featured the exact same processor, which was the Pentium G4560. So in this video, I will be using the exact same processor, the Pentium G4560, because of how much performance this budget processor offers at its low price. So guys, let me tell you something about the Pentium G4560. So the Intel Pentium G4560 has got 2 cores and 4 threads with full hyper-threading technology. That means it will act as a full 4-core processor. And also this specific Pentium G4560 has got a base clock of 3.5 GHz, so there will be no problem or issues running all of your games. This processor will run at its full potential, and this specific Pentium G4560 is faster than the previous generation Pentium processors, and also the Pentium G4560 is faster than the Core i3-6100 and a little bit slower than the Core i3-7100. So you guys can imagine how much performance this little budget processor offers at the price of $86. So guys, at the price point of $86, this Pentium G4560 is bang for the buck. So guys, moving over to the motherboard now. Here I've got the Gigabyte GA-B250M DS3H Micro ADX motherboard. So guys, this Gigabyte GA-B250M motherboard, it supports all of the latest 7th and 6th generation Intel Core processor because of its socket being LGA1151. And also the Gigabyte GA-B250M has got 4 RAM slots which support up to 64 gigabytes of RAM, so you won't be having any issues if you want to upgrade your RAM in the future. And also guys, this Gigabyte GA-B250M has got a UEFI dual BIOS technology. That means you can run dual BIOS in one motherboard. And also the PCIe Gen 3 slot and the 4 M.2 connector slots make this Gigabyte motherboard a bang for the buck. And also the 4 M.2 connector slots offer up to 32 gigabytes per second data transfer speed, so your M.2 SSDs will run at its full potential. And also the Gigabyte GA-B250M comes with a 3 to 4 USB 3.1 ports, so you can connect maximum number of your external hard drives and USB drives, and you won't be having any problems for that. And also USB 3.1s can also be used for phone charging or tablet charging, and your phones and tablets will charge really faster because of the USB 3.1 technology. Now let's talk about the connections of the motherboard, guys. So in this motherboard we have got an HDMI port, a DVI port, and a VGA connection too. So guys, at the price of $69, the Gigabyte GA B250MDS3H is a bang for the buck. So now guys, moving over to the graphics card, here I've got the Gigabyte Radeon RX 560, 2 GB of gaming overclocked graphics card. So yes guys, I'm going to be going with the RX 560 for this build because the Gigabyte Radeon RX 560 will be enough to play all the latest esports titles like Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Dota 2, League of Legends, Overwatch, and all of the latest esports titles. And you can also play some AAA titles like Grand Theft Auto 5, Watch Dogs 2, Witcher 3. But keep in mind guys, if you want to play all the latest AAA titles, you have to compromise with some of the graphical settings, like you have to turn down the graphical settings from high to medium, and you can get around 40 to 50 FPS if you're playing all the AAA titles at medium settings. So you won't be having any problems running this graphics card for the AAA titles. And also guys, this specific Radeon RX 560 gaming edition comes in a WindForce dual fan design so that you get superior cooling. And also let me tell you something about this graphics card guys. So the core clock for this Radeon RX 560 is 1300 MHz in the overclock mode and 1287 MHz in the gaming mode. And also it has got a feature for one-click super overclocking, so you don't have to manual overclock the graphics card. The graphics card can overclock itself if you enable this feature. And also it supports HDMI 4K at 60 Hz and DisplayPort 8K at 60 Hz. And now let's talk about the connections for the graphics card. This graphics card has got an HDMI port, a DVI port, and a DisplayPort too. So you got all the latest connecting ports in this graphics card, so you don't have to worry about the display setup too. Now at the price of $109, this Radeon RX 560 is best for the budget. So guys, moving over to the RAM now, here I've got the Kingston HyperX Fury 8GB of DDR4 RAM. So guys, you must be thinking, why did I only go with an 8GB of RAM? So 8GB of RAM is enough for running all the latest generation games. So in the future, like in 2018, 19 and 20, you will be needing 16 to 32 GB of RAM. So don't worry guys, I've got you future proofed because our Gigabyte GA B250M motherboard supports up to 64 GB of RAM. So don't worry about anything. You can upgrade the RAM in the future too. But guys, trust me, in this generation that is 2017, you only need an 8GB of DDR4 memory for running all of the latest esports titles and the AAA titles too. So why did I go with this specific HyperX Fury guys? Because of its low heat spreader style. And trust me guys, this specific HyperX Fury stands out from the crowd when you install it in your motherboard. And also this specific HyperX Fury RAM comes at a clock of 2400 MHz, so it's really fast. And you only need an 8GB of DDR4 2400 MHz RAM to run all of the games in this generation. So at the price of $67, the Kingston HyperX 8GB of DDR4 memory is bang for the buck. So guys, moving over to the storage now, here I've got the SanDisk SSD plus 240GB of solid state drive. So yes guys, in this build I'm going for an SSD because SSDs are really useful for your computer. So with an SSD, your computer boots up faster, it shuts down faster, and your applications and your games load faster. And the response time that you get between your games, like you know, when a game loads up and when it shuts down, the response with an SSD comes really good. And also this specific SanDisk 240GB of SSD, it runs 20 times faster than your old hard drive, so you get the maximum performance you can get out of your games and applications. And also the SanDisk 240GB of an SSD has got a read speed of 530 megabytes per second and a write speed of 440 megabytes per second. So you can imagine how fast this thing is. And also it will run cooler and quieter, no problem. This guy won't be making any noise inside your system. So at the price of $83, the SanDisk SSD plus 240GB of solid state drive is best for the budget. So guys, moving over to the power supply, here I've got the EVGA 430 watts of power supply, which comes with a 80+ certification too. So why did I go with the 430 watts of power supply? That's because 430 watts of power supply is enough for running all of our components inside the system. So the RX 560 is not a power hungry graphics card, and the processor, which is the Pentium G4560. It doesn't draw much power from our system, and all of the other components in the build, they won't be sucking out much power, so a 430 watts of power supply is enough. And also this specific EVGA 430 watts of power supply comes with an 80 plus certification, which offers up to 80% efficiency under typical loads. And the power supply comes with a 120mm of fan, which will keep the power supply quieter and cooler. And also it comes with a 3-year warranty and unparalleled EVGA customer support, so you won't be having problems related to the EVGA customer support. And also it comes with heavy duty protections like under voltage protection, over voltage protection, and short circuit protection too. So guys, the EVGA 430 watts of power supply comes at an unbeatable value of $29. So this specific EVGA 430 watts of power supply at the price point of $29 is bang for the buck. So guys, moving over to the cabinet now. Here I've got the Corsair Carbide Speco 4 mid-tower gaming case, which comes in a black and red color. So yes guys, I'm going with the Corsair Carbide Speco 4 mid-tower gaming case because of its awesome designs. Yes, the angular exterior design with large tinted side panel window is looking gorgeous with this build, guys. Trust me, this specific Corsair Carbide Speco 4 is beautiful, and also the asymmetrical hard edge design adds bold styling to your build. And this specific Corsair Carbide Speco 4 mid-tower gaming case has got room for up to 5 120mm of fan. It has got tons of room for excellent cooling potential with one 120mm of front fan pre-installed. So it has also got expansive storage space, easy to use mounts for up to 3 hard drive bays and 2 SSD bays. Yes guys, so we have got one SSD installed in this build, and you also can install another SSD, and also you can add up to 3 hard drive bays too. And also it has got a clean side facing IO panel featuring a high speed USB 3.0 port and additional ports for all the modern connections. And also this specific Corsair Carbide Speco 4 has got cable routing cutouts and tie downs, so that you can hide your cables behind the motherboard tray to keep your build looking tidy and out of the airflow path for improved cooling. So guys, at the price of $49, this Corsair Carbide Speco 4 mid-tower gaming case is bang for the buck. So guys, our $500 esports gaming PC build is complete. I hope you guys like this video. Hit the like button if you liked it, hit the dislike button if you disliked it. And also, if you guys too want to build a custom budget gaming PC build, comment down below on how much budget you want to build a gaming PC, and I'll be very much happy to provide you with the components for the build. And also guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and also tap the bell icon right next to the subscribe button so that you never miss any video updates of mine. And I'll be seeing you all later. Adios amigos.